Hi, this is Susan Wood, and I'm coming at you today with a video on big picture internet marketing. How does internet marketing work? And this is a big overview so that you get some idea. So mostly this is intended for people who are new to internet marketing and they kind of need to get that big concept, their head wrapped around that big concept. Even if you're not new to internet marketing, you might learn something here. So, stick in, and I'm going to do this in two videos. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is, what's marketing for to begin with? Well, marketing is for people to find your information, right? And on the internet, how do people find your information? The way they most commonly find it is by doing a search. Now, I'm not going to cover every aspect of internet marketing. Again, this is a big picture. So this first part that I'm going to cover is paid advertising on the search engines. So let's say we were going to look for something, and we'll use gardening tips as an example, and we put it into Google, and of course there are other search engines too, like Yahoo and MSN and Bing, and there's a bunch of them, and we get a bunch of results. As a matter of fact, we get 15 million of them. Now you'll notice at the top in this shaded area and on the right in this right hand column, these are sponsored listings. Whoops, just here, sponsored listings. So these have been paid for. These are paid ads. How do people pay for them, and how do they get them there? If you want to advertise on Google, you open up a Google AdWords account and you set up a campaign. And the way that works is you have to pick the words that you think people are going to search for. For instance, gardening tips. We call these words keywords. It doesn't matter if it's one or two or three, it could be several words. It's considered a keyword phrase is still considered a keyword. So you think of all of the different keywords that you think people are going to be using when you want them to find you. And you make a list of those words and you set up a campaign, and you can see it's very, very brief. You can only fit in a few words, and you set up the ad and you put in what is the website that you want them to go to. And this actually, you'll notice that this green one is not actually a link, but this blue one is. So when somebody actually clicks on that blue one, they're going to go to the page that you have specified. So the link that you specified. And what happens, the way you do this is you actually bid on each keyword that you are targeting. So if you're targeting for 100 different keywords, you have to pick how much money are you willing to pay for each click. So this is called pay-per-click marketing or advertising. And in Google, the program is called AdWords. So let's say you decide you are going to bid $1 per click. Every time somebody searches for your term, gardening tips, and they find you, you don't pay anything until they come and click. I'm not going to click because I'm not going to make these people pay for me not to actually look for something. So if they've bid $1, they're going to pay $1 if I click there. If they get 100 people coming to click, they're going to pay $100. If they sell $300 worth of product, then they've made themselves $200. It's great. If they're making less than $100, obviously it's not paying for itself, and it's not so great. So I cannot tell how much these people have paid for their ads because they're all bidding a different amount. The ones who bid the most get their ads closest to the top and appearing the most frequently. The people who bid the least might be way down at the bottom. You might actually have to go to the next page to see the ones that are paying less for their ads. And so you might bid less. You might say, well, I'm not going to bid $1, I'm only going to pay 50 cents. However, your ads might hardly ever appear, in which case you're going to hardly get any clicks, in which case you're not getting very much exposure. So pay-per-click advertising can be quite expensive. It can really add up. You need to understand what you're doing. I never suggest it as a beginning method of marketing if you're new to internet marketing. Usually it's good to start to get some other things under your belt. There are easier ways to learn how to market. One thing is about the pay-per-click marketing, it's very fast and it's very expensive. Other methods of marketing could be even free. Free, cheap, but they're going to take a lot more time. So, I think I explained that these are the natural listings. These are appearing here for nothing at all. People have not paid for these at all. I'm going to cover that in the next section. How do you get yourself listed here? And why wouldn't I want to do that if it's not going to cost me anything? That is because it's going to cost you more time. And it's also going to take knowledge and understanding and education. And so again, it's not just, it's not a free lunch, okay? You've either got to have the money or the time, or sometimes you have to have both. Now, one thing I did want to give you a little explanation about as well is that I'm going to go over right here to this website. It's called Gardening Tips Advice. It's a great idea when you're selling something and they come to your website that you don't just let them go around your website and leave. You want to capture their information. And the way these people are doing it is they are offering something for free. So you could offer something for free. It could be a report. It could be a newsletter. This is a newsletter. They put in their name. They put in their email address. Bingo. You've captured their information. How do you capture that? You sign up for what's called an autoresponder service. The autoresponder service will capture the information, store it on their servers. You have access to it through your account, and you set up in the autoresponder service emails that you want to go out to them. And the emails will dribble out to them automatically at whatever period of time you've specified, and it could be a different email. It just depends on how many emails you set up. So they get one immediately that says welcome, and then maybe 3 days later they get another one, and then maybe a week after that you're going to have a big sale, so you send them a special one. But you can have a whole series of emails that are pre-planned, pre-written, and that will go out automatically to these people that are now on your list. And I'm sure you've heard it's all in the list. Okay, it is all in the list because you need people to be exposed to your product or your service many times. Most people do not buy in the very first exposure, so they have to come back and see more information about you over and over again before they're ready to buy. So that's a fantastic way of doing that. Okay, so I'm going to move on to video number 2, and I'm going to talk about how do you get yourself listed over in this section where it's not going to cost you any money. See you on the next video.